Hello everyone, welcome to With the Messenger. My name is Whitney. This is your lunar eclipse in Pisces forecast. This eclipse is happening on the 17th or 18th of September, depending on where you are in the world, and it is happening at 25 degrees in the sign of Pisces. So let's talk a little bit about facts about this, and then we're going to get into your individual signs. Jupiter rules the sign of Pisces, so the ruler of this eclipse is Jupiter in Gemini. Okay, it creates a wide square right now because Jupiter is at 20 degrees in Gemini and this eclipse is happening at 25 degrees Pisces, so there's a square between Pisces and Gemini, right? Squares are the nature of Mars. It's about decision making, it's about initiation, it's about taking action where necessary, it's about cutting and ending and severing things. Okay, so those are themes that will come up. Now the salient symbol for 25 degree Pisces, round up to 26, is a new moon reveals that it's time for people to go ahead with their different projects, which makes sense. Squares are the nature of Mars. Your Jupiter in Gemini house will be involved in this story because it's ruling the eclipse. 25 degrees is an Aries degree, which is about cutting and ending, severing or initiating or starting new things. So fated endings will happen. You know, you'll get a new beginning from some type of ending. You have to allow yourself to surrender to this process, to these fated changes. Don't be resistant to it. Okay, allow yourself to let go. Divorces will be a thing. People will get new jobs. People realize they're on different wavelengths from a career, a business, friends, family, a romantic partner, a certain field of study, and decide it's time to take a new path. The negative side of this could be where you feel like you're not getting enough in emotional support, where you or others or both could be very fickle-minded. I mean, it is mutable energy, very much subject to change. And fear of separation and you know, or insecure attachment style could definitely be triggered with this lunar eclipse. Fixed stars that will be activated, we have a conjunction to Markab, and this is referred to as a star of sorrow. I did post on Twitter that we will see a lot of mourning happening around this time. You can experience it in your personal life. It is impacted in a house. So for example, let's say I'm just going to throw out a sign here, and the reason why I'm going to throw it out, you could say this could happen for Libra risings, Libra Sun Moon rising, because Pisces is in your 8th house. 8th house is the house of death, so you could experience a loss of someone around you. Okay, you don't have to. Okay, it all depends on the degrees. Legal problems, is that could be a form of sorrow too, having to deal with something that you don't want to deal with. And then it all depends on, you know, again, the houses that's impacted. So say for example Scorpio rising who have Pisces in their 5th house, this star also denotes honor and riches. The 5th house is about, you know, that good luck, that good karma. Or Taurus risings who have this in their 11th house, which is about windfall and pennies from heaven, and you know, get greater gains from your career. This could be where you see those honors and riches. This markup star also has to do with accidents, so please be careful on the roads. There is an opposition being activated to the fixed star Labrum, which again is an honor, ambition, riches star. But the flip side is chronic illness. It is dishonest income. So I did say some fixed signs, if they're making money in a dishonest way right now, this could be where karma catches up to them, right? Just to give some example from a high level. But anybody, it doesn't have to be if you're a fixed sign, anybody who's doing a dishonest income and, you know, others are being impacted by it. With this lunar eclipse in Pisces, Pisces is about the underdog. It is about the underprivileged. This will be a time when they're being exposed, okay? Alkid is another fixed star that is being activated via an opposition, and it's associated with death and mourning, war, and natural catastrophes. So again, this is a time where we will see a lot of mourning collectively, and some people even in their personal lives. People will be passing away, okay? And you know, Pluto has retrograde back to 29th degree of Capricorn, so we could see matriarchal and patriarchal figure, head of households passing away. I am a Scorpio rising and an 8th house placement person. I have no fear of talking about that. So if that's an issue for you, maybe this may not be the channel for you. There is a kite that has been activated on the same day of this eclipse, and the head of it, which is where the fortune will be in your Pisces house. So we will talk about that individually for your sign. And then there's also a grand earth trine being activated in your Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn houses. And that's an activation between Uranus, Sun, and Pluto. Uranus and Pluto are major transformational energies. The Sun shines its bountiful rays with blessings and prosperity. So the Sun is in, of course, your Virgo house. So we'll get into your individual signs and talk about this. Of course, you know, I'm going to start with let me just cut this here so I could use this for all the recordings and start another one. Hi Aquarius and Leo, welcome to your lunar eclipse in Pisces reading. I know this is being published like one day after the eclipse, but that's fine. The energies will play out for the next 6 months, okay? So you're getting it exactly when you're meant to. I hope you watched the astrological overview that was at the beginning, because there's very useful information in there for you to know. It gives you a little bit of facts, you know, that helps to educate you on what these things are about. So I'm going to start with your individual signs, the Astro, and then I'm going to get into the cards. Leo, we will start with you. Leo, this is happening in your 8th house. There's a little bit of mix up that I did in the beginning when I said Libra risings, that they could experience you know, people passing away, since this is happening in their 8th house with the Markab star, a star of sorrow, being activated. It's actually you, Leos. It's actually happening in your 8th house, okay? So not to worry you, but it's just a caution that within the next 6 months you could see someone, especially someone who's been suffering with a chronic illness, you could see that they transition. This also activates in opposition, since this is your 8th house, in your 2nd house, your Virgo house. Alkaid, the fixed star Alkaid, which has to do with death and mourning and war and natural catastrophe. So these could be different ways that things play out. Also labrum, which has to do with chronic illness. So think about the people that the 2nd house represents. I think that represents, give me a second, let me check it quickly. It's not immediately coming up for me. I think it's the aunts and uncles though. Oh, it's your immediate family. So brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, and grandparents, very close relatives. Okay, that is represented there. For you specifically, since this is happening in your 8th house, it does have that Markab also has to do with like honors and riches, and we did talk about that saving symbols that could do with fated ending, surrendering and let go. So for those of you who are married, could this be a transit that activates a separation or a divorce? Absolutely. And then you financially gain from it somehow. Some of you as well, this is a time where you're kind of being forced to explore the depths of your shadows, your fear of abandonment, your fear of separation. And one thing that I want people to learn is that doesn't only show up as someone who anxiously clings on. It also shows as someone who's dismissive, who puts up a wall, someone who is fearful and sabotages things and runs away at the slightest sign of, you know, something becoming very close, because this also has to do with fickleness. So what is your own fickle behavior that may be triggered? Okay, Now, the 8th house does also have to do with addictions. Neptune is co-present this eclipse. It conjoins it, right? Conjuncts it. So this could actually be a time when you're kind of have to force to look at your addictions, and find a healthier way to deal with it. Okay. Saturn is also present in that house, and it's kind of sobering you up, forcing you to mature, forcing you to, if you don't allow yourself to take the lessons with grace, it's gonna teach you the hard way, basically. Okay. There could be problems around inheritances, legal issues around inheritances, because it's also an inheritance house. Legal issues around taxes. Anybody who's been if you've been evading taxes and making money in a way where maybe you're not claiming it the way that you should according to the law, legal problems could come. Okay. Or since this is also your shared resources house, if that was what somebody else was doing that you're connected to financially, this could be where they are caught up. This also initiates a kite. So your Pisces house, for the most part, your 8th house, it's under the protection of a kite. But the thing about eclipses are, though it's the divine's will and divine's order, being the human beings that we are, we may not always readily accept it or see it the way that it is a blessing. As for example, if someone has been suffering with a chronic illness, and again, if you're triggered by that, this may not be the channel for you. I am a Scorpio rising with a Scorpio stellium, and I have placements in my 8th house. I don't shy away from these topics. If someone has been suffering with a chronic illness that there is no kind of cure for, and they decided that, you know, they give in, they give up because they don't want to continue to live like that, that is their right, that is their choice. You may not understand it, but the divine has a plan. That's all I can say there. There's also a grand trine that is baked into the energy of this lunar eclipse in your earth sign houses. So that would be Leo, your 2nd house, Virgo. Your 2nd house, Virgo. Your 6th house, Capricorn. And your 10th house of Taurus. So your money houses connected to work. Things could be becoming very beneficial for you. Trine energy is the energy of Jupiter. It's expansive. It's what is moral, it's what is just. Okay, so this could be a very good time for you in that sphere. Since I mentioned Jupiter, Jupiter does rule this eclipse because Jupiter rules the sign of Pisces. And Jupiter is currently transiting Gemini, which is in your 11th house. So you could have beneficial people that comes through for you right now. But I will say the 11th house also represents an elder sibling, and between Gemini and Pisces, a square is presented. Squares are the nature of Mars. It's not easy. It's kind of cutthroat energy. It's a bit of tense energy, combative energy at times too. So could there be an issue between the money that you're making in your 2nd house, or the money that you're making from your career, with an elder sibling? Yes, that is a possibility of some sort. Or even addictions, because the 2nd house represents what we put in our mouth, right? And you have, the 8th house represents the addictions, and then you have the 11th house. So it definitely have to do with like childhood trauma and as it relates to a sibling, but because the 2nd house is also involved with the sun transiting there, yeah, there could also be some conversations since the 2nd house rules them out. And then we have that Gemini energy activated. A lot of communication that happens. I feel like that went on a bit long. How long? Oh, geez, 8 minutes. Okay, my bad. All right. For Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, listen to all 3. Sun is career, purpose. Moon, your emotions, your body, your health, your home life, your private life. The Sun is public life. The Father. Moon is the mother. private life, and the right side is everything about you. I'm just going to show you this. We have the Two of Wands that wants to be illuminated. So decisions having to be made, but feeling like you're at a crossroads. What is being illuminated, please, for Leos? What can they let go of for this lunar eclipse? And what is coming in? What is this lunar eclipse bringing in? Full moons are at times of harvest. We plant the seeds with the new moon and we reap with the full moon. Okay, so definitely you want to think back to February when you were planting the seeds in the new moon in Pisces. We have the Queen of Wands here as what is being illuminated. Yeah, people around you, they're important with this lunar eclipse. We also have the King of Pentacles here. That's what you could let go of. And the Hierophant here. Taurus energy is present, which is your 10th house. Your Uranus is currently transiting. That's what is coming in. Some type of partnership is coming in for you that is blessed and fated. It doesn't have to be romantic partnership. It could be a business. Your work houses are activated, right? And then we have Jupiter transiting that 11th house, which does have to do with the wider network, people that we partner with. Now this Queen of Wands is what is being illuminated here as it relates to your 8th house. I do feel like it has to do with trauma, because out of alignment, the Queen of Wands could be someone who their emotions dictate what they do next. And it's okay to be in tune with our emotions, but when we're not consciously aware of them and what they cause us to do, that's when we're in the low vibrational state of the Queen of Wands. Okay, this could also represent a karmic mother. So let's see, what is the significance of the Queen of Wands is what is being illuminated, please. You will have Pluto ingressing back into your 7th house, where it will stay for some 20 odd years in November. So life-changing connections are definitely coming forward for you. Wow. And as I say, life, we have the Knight of Cups and the Ten of Swords. Yeah, I have to say it. There is a lot of you Leos who your pain, your emotional trauma, baggage, we all have baggage, dictates you. You don't necessarily lead from a place of love, and I guess that was what was coming up earlier when I was speaking about the insecure attachment styles and the fearful avoidance and the self-sabotaging. Okay, yeah, there's Three of Pentacles. If you've watched my reading a lot, you know this is my co-parenting card, and the way that I depict this energy is two parents who, there's one that's doing a load on the other one's mental health, and then that person is replicating it on the child. Okay, yeah, so this definitely has to do with a home life and foundation here. I see the King of Wands here with the Six of Swords. So you may have moved on, for some of you, from someone you had a child with. For others of you, I just get one more intense Swords. Yeah, the karmic lessons. Yep, the Lovers. I think what is being illuminated to you is, again, how the emotional trauma that you haven't healed, how it is interfering in your love life, how you may continue to attract people who aren't good for you. There goes that Two of Wands. Again, some of you may have an opportunity here to choose someone in love, like you have a choice in love, but you don't know what to do. You feel stuck at a crossroads, and it could be because there's a blinding energy here with the trauma. You are closing out a painful cycle, I feel, though, of those types of relationships, but or at least attracting those type of people. But if there's something within you that is unhealed, then it's gonna be very hard. Yeah, see the Sun, you're more attracting people who want what on a higher level you want, but if you continue to let their lower emotions on the spectrum rule you without you being consciously aware of it, then you could continue to repeat cycles. Okay, It's always better to have 180 than 360, in my humble opinion. Okay, and in her highest vibration, the Queen of Wands, someone who's very confident, who has transformed their pain into power, and they know that others, like they could just look and see somebody who's being controlled by their traumas, and know and decide whether it is that they choose to engage or not. King of Pentacles. It feels comfortable talking to you all, Leos. I don't feel the need to rush, though I know that I should be conscious of the time because I have to do Aquarius too. What you could let go of. We have the King of Pentacles here. I think you could let go of fears around money, because with the Grand Trine that is speaking in this energy in your earth houses, which does have to do with the assets. Yeah, Ace of Wands. I think there's stability that is coming in for you. The Hermit card, Virgo energy, so that's your second house. And the Page of Wands. We also have the Ace of Wands here. So this tells me there's a new opportunity that's coming in for you all. Some of you may fear having to start from scratch though, or it's a perceived idea that you're starting from scratch. Give me one more, the Hermit, please. The Two of Cups. We also have the Three of Cups, the Three of Wands. Now I know this seems romantic in nature. I'm gonna get to that part, but for me right now, I feel like this has connection to that what I was saying with this trauma, the baggage that you're carrying around with you. You may have experienced some defeats when it comes to work partnerships. All right, and you're kind of taking that with you. It's affecting your confidence. I'm just seeing her holding down here by her solar and sacral. Some of you need to do a hip opening exercise. That's where we store trauma, and I see that because again, we have the Three of Swords to the bottom of the deck. So there's some pain that you are carrying with you. You have, and then even here, this person is like hiding. So it's like as new opportunities come towards you, you need to be more grounded and stable. I don't feel this person in this card the way this person, because Two of Cups represents partnerships of all kind, not only romantic. But I just feel that this person isn't really grounded, because every time they're interacting with someone, they see that person through the lens of someone from their past. They're not healed to a point where they could separate and deal with everything from a fresh energy. Like there's biases. Okay, now for some of you on a romantic space, what you could let go of is that phantom ex lover, because there is someone stable that is coming in here for you. Okay, someone who's more mature. Why is the Hierophant here? That's what is coming in. So for some of you, it is commitment. One more, please. What is coming in? Or Leos. Queen of Wands right back. There's a new beginning, the Fool card here. Six of Wands, victory. There is something here. I mean, it's beautiful to see the moon out when this is a reading that has to do with the moon, because it tells me there's an energy of being tapped into what the moon represents, the subconscious side, dark side, the unknown. Okay, I feel with the Hierophant here, because I see the Hierophant as a spiritual teacher or a spiritual enforcer, especially in this deck, because he has a Whit that is showing you how you act out of alignment. How you get in this little low vibrational Five of Swords energy where you want to fight at all costs. And that's because with the Moon card here, it's that subconscious energy, the pain, that is directing how it is that you move. So I feel this spiritual energy, that could be Saturn in this case, that is whipping things into shape, that's pulling you out of this Queen of Wands energy, as you usher into some type of new beginning. But you see, this person is still looking in the past, so you really and truly have to temper that. Now let me look for the Eight of Wands, because that's what I was about to say instead of the Queen of Wands. So maybe there's a message with the cards around the Eight of Wands. Okay, we have the Three of Wands and the Five of Wands, so there is something coming in. But seeing that the Five of Wands is here as well as the Five of Swords that's present here, you're in a combative space that you need to kind of get yourself out of. Okay, now let's move on. Sheesh, all the way at 19. Let's move on to Aquarius, please. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Rising is everything about you, and the Sun is father, career, purpose, public life, reputation. Moon, private life, home life, the mother, your body, your emotions. Okay. So for you, Aquarius, this is happening in your second house. Things may have felt a bit tight with you when it comes to your finances. You may also feel like you're being forced into some type of dietary restrictions, or being forced to cut out a bit of luxury that you're probably used to doing, used to indulging in. Okay, it's not as easy to escape, though you really want to, through the means of the second house. Your finances, what you eat, what you ingest, what you indulge in. So, since this is happening in your second house, people represented by your 8th house, which is opposing energy, because the Star of Sorrow is being activated in your second house. If you have a placement that naturally in your second house that already conjuncts this, please understand that this transit within the next 6 months may result in someone that you love passing away, especially if that person has had a chronic illness, if they are living in areas where WAR is present. We are in a time of natural catastrophes, with earthquakes being activated by geomagnetic storms and hurricane season in certain areas of the world. Okay, so it's not to scare you or anything like that, it's just to give you a heads up. All right, this is the truth when it comes to astrology, but it's more so if you have a placement around those stars by a 1 degree orb. 1, not a huge orb, it has to be 1 because it's a fixed star. If you've been making money in a dishonest way, or someone that you are connected to has been making money in a dishonest way, legal problems can come from this. Some of you, this could be a time where perhaps through divorce, through selling off of an asset, through some type of inheritance, you could gain riches and honor. Okay, there is a kite that is happening in your second house, so some of you may have a saving grace when it comes to finances, even though you've been struggling for some time. Neptune is also co-present with this, so I will caution you to take off the rose-colored tinted glasses and ensure that if you do have monies coming in, or there's some type of investment that you want to do when it comes to your asset, make sure that you're looking at every single thing. There's a grand trine being activated in the earth sign houses, so for you that would be Pluto in your 12th house, Virgo in your 8th house, and Taurus in your 4th house. Could some of you be moving away from home? Absolutely. Could some of you be selling your home or renting your home to a foreigner? Absolutely. I feel there's a lot of breakthrough energy that is coming for you here in those houses. I think they call these houses moksha houses, which has to do with spiritual liberation, has to do with our trauma, right, or emotions. And since there's a trine here, there's some type of beneficial energy. And we have 2 generational planets, Uranus and Pluto, that's involved here. So this won't really happen again for you. This is the last of it, because Pluto won't be in Capricorn again in our lifetime. Okay, and Uranus may not be in Taurus again in our lifetime. So this is a heavily virtue energy that has been baked into this lunar eclipse. So it takes 6 months to play out in full, right? But you may already start to see the theme. So I do feel money that maybe someone foreign away helps you out. Maybe there is a matriarchal or patriarchal figure that could pass away, that leaves you some type of asset or finances. And that's what I have for you. Do I have anything else? I mean, it's happening in your second house, so any traumas that you try to use substances, what you ingest in your mouth to escape from, this could be a time where you're really having to be forced to cut that out, because Saturn is also present and it's asking that, and it's retrograde right now, so it's giving you a chance to do the right thing before it forces your hand to do the right thing. Okay, let's go to your cards. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. What is being illuminated with this full moon? What could they let go of? Okay, you got 2 cards there. My nose started itching, so whatever this is very important. And what is coming in for them, please? Thank you. Wow, we have the 4 of Wands here is what is being illuminated. There's someone? Oh, that's why. The ruler of this eclipse is Jupiter, because Jupiter rules Pisces. So you have to, when you're looking at the ruler, you have to look at what the ruler is currently doing while the activation is happening. So the ruler is Jupiter in Gemini, because Jupiter is transiting the sign of Gemini, which is your 5th house, which has to do with romantic partnerships, has to do with our children, it has to do with our good karma, it has to do with our entrepreneurial business, our inner child, what makes us happy and feel alive. So this is so good to see there. There is someone that is either recognizing you or you're recognizing them. The Empress, which, whoa, what is your Libra house? Your Libra house is your 9th house. As this is giving me heavy Libra energy. This is Venus, Taurus energy, which is your 4th house, and Justice, Libra energy, is your 9th house. Some of you could be getting coupled up, but I feel like what you could let go of here is having to worry about, you know, injustices, because if you were experiencing some type of injustices in regards to love, your home, that's being rectified for sure. And hello, Judgment as what is coming in, that's what is being rectified for sure. God has a direct hand. Spirit has a direct hand in this. This is your base cards, and 3 of the 4 are major arcana. So very, very much needed energy, Aquarius. Tell us more about the significance of the 4 of Wands as what is being illuminated. Because the 9th house could represent our 3rd long-term partner or 3rd marriage. Some of you, it could represent the 4th house and actually getting married. 6 of Wands. What are you celebrating? Because it is a win. And the King of Swords. It is a win. This could be a court-ordered win. Interesting that we have the Queen of Swords to the bottom of the deck here. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. You're receiving something here. There is a celebration. You're gonna see soon how you've won something. King of Swords, Justice, Judgment, heavy Libra energy, and Libra for you is your 9th house. What did you win? Again, for some of you, like I said, someone could be recognizing, even the King of Swords looking at the sword here of truth. Someone could be recognizing something about you or you them, recognizing your value, because the 2nd house does have to do with a sense of self-worth. Yeah, 3 of Wands. There's something coming into you fast. We have the Queen of Pentacles here, which does give me the energy of someone who is gentle, peaceful, kind, caring, nurturing, deserving of all good things. And because she is here for some of you, I'm not gonna lie, I'm seeing children here, a man with a child here, and this one looks like they're, you know, pregnant. So some of you could be conceiving. Congratulations to you. Or you and your partner could be talking about that's what you want to do next after you've already established a committed relationship. The Empress and the Justice card as what they could let go of, please. The Ace of Wands. It's not a Wands. Pirate energy things will be playing off fast for you. And the Five of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles here. Now these stars together for me normally represent someone who's being used because they're either weaker in a sense of, I don't know, strength, economic standing, gender, you want to put that in there, or because they don't feel good enough, like they don't know their power. Okay, so I feel what you could let go of here with this Five of Pentacles, because we do have the Empress here, which is someone who knows their worth, someone who isn't scared to ask for what it is that they're worth. There's an opportunity that is coming in for you here. Give me one more on the Ace of Wands. That's straight from the divine, because you deserve it. So you could let go of playing smaller, feeling like you're going to continue to be taken advantage of, because this is your good karma. Jupiter in your 5th house ruling this eclipse. This is your good karma. You don't have to hide anymore. The Moon. Yeah, and the High Priestess, you don't have to hide anymore. Okay? You don't have to let those low vibrational energies or the feelings of not being enough. You could let that go, because what is coming into you, the Empress and the Ace of Wands, the Empress received. That is your justice. That is what it is that you deserve. The sun is shining its blessings on this. So this could be via your 8th house, because Virgo rules your 8th house. The sun is currently in that when it's speaking in this eclipse energy. So that's you receiving. The 8th house represents shared resources. Judgment here as what is coming in for them. I feel this is good karma though. Hello, Justice again. Yeah, you're getting Justice and Judgment together. This is spiritually blessed, ordained. And the Lovers. Some of you, this is definitely a partner. Look at this. 3 major arcanas. And then we have the Moon, Justice, and the Empress here. A lot of major arcanas in your spread. The person you're meant to be with. If someone from your past who you were with romantically has or had been betraying you somehow, this is where, you know, like I said, where they were out for their own gain, this is where you receive the justice, because something is being exposed here. But I just feel like you're receiving spiritual justice. You're receiving back your good karma, Aquarius. I am an Aquarius solar rising. I would love for this to apply to me. Alright, until next time, be blessed.